Hey guys, welcome to the Lowdown Show. And this episode, I'll be reviewing The Mandalorian, episode 15, The Believer. Now, this episode, I wasn't expecting. I knew that we're gonna have Bill Burr's character. We're gonna have to bring him out the junkyard, and I was thinking, I guess well, maybe this is gonna be a whole episode of trying to get him out. But nope, we go there to the junkyard. We see him right away, and we pick him up. Basically, he was pretty much chicken about what's going on. Cara Dune grabbed him, and he was just like, where are we going? And then he saw Boba Fett, and he was like, oh, that was somebody else. And then Mando comes up from behind, and he got real scared. But yeah, basically they put him in that Slave 1, and then they explained to him in the Slave 1 what he has to do, or why he has to do this, because he's the ex-Imperial trooper. And he's like, well, I don't really want to do that no more. But Mando's like, well, they have the kid. He's like, who, your little green friend? And then he's like, well, okay, fine, but you have to you go to this planet, and in this planet, I can access the files to tell you where Moff Gideon is. And so he's definitely uncomfortable with Fennec Shan and Boba Fett and Cara Dune. So he's really reluctant. But obviously he has to do it because they pretty much kidnapped him. So they get to the planet, they survey the land, and Bill Burr Mayfield said, I need to get in there. And it requires a face scanning. And everybody pretty much can't go because Cara Dune is part of the Republic. Fennec Shan says that the IFP is looking for her, and Boba Fett's like, well, everybody knows who I am. Basically, he made a little joke, because his face is always a clone. So that leaves Mando, and they're like, well, how are you gonna do that? You gonna take off your helmet or what? But no, they go and they get some stormtroopers that are in this convoy, and he puts on the stormtrooper armor. Mayfield is like taken back by that as well, and for a little bit I was like, man, this guy's just telling jokes, but the more you look into it, he's actually talking and explaining a lot of philosophies of how things go. So Bill Burr actually really did a good job, even though I was like, this guy was kind of weird in the last season, but he definitely impressed me in this one. So they get stopped by attacked by some pirates, which I was thinking that Hondo, but no, it wasn't. But then we see Mando's fighting skills without his armor, and Bill Burr's character Mayfield is trying to not go so fast to be explosive, and they finally make it to the base, and the troopers help them out at the end. The TIE fighters get rid of the pirates, and they're pretty cool because the Empires are all clapping and they're like, just celebrating that I guess they're the only convoy that made it in. So they get in there, and then it was pretty cool because there's a lot of callbacks. So Mayfield he's like a Imperial officer, and he's like, I can't go in there. So Commando says, well, I'll go in there, and then he takes off his mask, his helmet, I mean. And I'm thinking, this is the second time he did this on the last episode he did it, the episode before the last, and he did it again, the episode before the last. So I don't know if this could be a running thing or what. So he takes off the helmet. You see Pedro Pascal, and he's uncomfortable because the officer stops him, and he's like talking about the new order, basically the first order. And Bill Burr's had enough because they're mentioning Operation Cinder, and Bill Burr pretty much shoots him. And so they get out to the window. Cara Dune and Fennec are shooting down the stormtroopers, helping Mando and Mayfield to escape. Boba comes to the rescue, and he does the coolest thing. TIE fighters come, and actually doing that, he dropped one of his his bombs, his magnetic bombs that he did, his dad did in Attack of the Clones to Obi-Wan. So that was real cool, man. I geeked out big time. Before then, Mayfield, he shoots the reactor and kind of blows up the base. And yeah, they get the information. They land and they tell Mayfield you're free to go. We'll just let them know that you're dead. And then they take off. They take off, and then you have one more shot. And it was Moff Gideon, and he received a message. And coming on that hologram is Din Djarin, the Mandalorian, and he said the best line. He recites the line back to Moff Gideon, and she did in episode I believe it was 8, the one before the final finale. She basically said, "You have something I want, and you do not understand how special that is, pretty much, to him, and I'll do whatever it takes to get him back." So, and then Moff Gideon showed a little bit of fear, but man, like I said, to be honest, I wasn't looking forward to it that much. I was like, let's get through this, but I'm glad they did this one. Wow, they knocked it out of the park again. And all the callbacks, all the parallel, like George Lucas says, it's like poetry. It rhymes. And man, this is, just the episode they have right before the final finale next week. But that's my review of The Mandalorian. Please like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.